I'm an antagonist, and it's by nature.
ESPN's Stephen A. Smith gave us some insights into what he may have done if sports networks did not come calling.
When ESPN let me go in 2009, I appeared on Fox News, MSNBC, and CNN 150 times. I honestly thought that could be a possibility. In 2015, one of those networks, CNN, actually interviewed me for my own show on CNN. I can honestly tell you, I believe that if I were in politics, it might have got me killed. If it didn't get me killed, it would have me as a pariah by half of the country. How I feel about gay rights is entirely different by how I might feel about the economy. I'm a liberal when it comes to gay rights. I am a fiscal conservative when it comes to my money.
Take that gem of a line as you will, however. Here's the kicker.
I'm glad I didn't, but I came very, very, very close to being a pundit. And one time I was approached by Governor Ed Rendell in Pennsylvania. He wanted me to run for Senate. Yeah, he said you should do it. I said, you don't know, I'm not a liberal. I'm not a conservative either, but I'm not. He said, don't matter with you. Don't matter with you. You're a voice that needs to be heard. He told me this about close to 10 years ago.
For reference, Rendell was the mayor of Philadelphia in the 1980s, overlapping with Smith's time as a 76ers beat writer in that city. He was the Democratic governor of Pennsylvania from 2003 to 2011 and stayed heavily involved in national politics after, attempting to play kingmaker in various state and federal races. It seems safe to guess that Smith is referring to the 2016 Democratic Senate primary, eventually won by Katie McGinty, who lost a close general election to Senator Pat Toomey. Toomey is retiring. The Republicans have nominated Dr. Oz for his seat, another bombastic television host who does not live in the state. Stephen A. was just ahead of his time.
Hey, Matt. This is Nicole Snooki, and I'm from Jersey Shore. I don't know if you've seen of it before, but I'm a hot mess on a reality show, basically, and I enjoy life.
Yo, Dr. Oz, Stevie VZ here. What are you doing in Pennsylvania? Everybody knows you live in New Jersey and you're just using your in-laws' address over there. And you do not want to mess around with John Fetterman, trust me.
It's hard to believe it would have ever happened. After all, Smith is now ESPN's highest paid employee and the face of the network.
The difference between politics and everything else, even if they love you or hate you, they want more in anything other than politics. When it comes to politics, as charismatic as you may be, it does ultimately come down to what you do once you have the charisma.
One thing I do agree with is this opening line from SB Nation's James DeTore. The bar to holding political office has never been more accessible. Once the folly of people with law degrees or those who have a basic understanding of geopolitics, all you need to be a world-class politician in 2022 is an ability to scream loudly and make people believe you. Hell, you don't even need to really believe the things you're screaming about, so long as you can grift enough dummies into thinking you side with them. Awful Announcing flirts with the tremendous theater Smith would have debating in the Senate chamber on C-SPAN. Could you imagine Smith during an election debate, or Smith versus Mitch McConnell on the Senate floor? Social media would lose it over those imaginary clips. They end their article with this: considering Smith's affinity for late-night shows, his interest in cable news, and tendency to speak on the social or political issues that are important to him, it's fair to wonder if the current face of ESPN will ever get bored of sports. To which I disagree. He has had many bad moments, like his disdain for Colin Kaepernick, his defense of Josh Donaldson as it pertains to Tim Anderson, his xenophobic remarks about Shohei Ohtani, his ridiculous statements about when Kyrie Irving said prior to going in the NBA bubble that maybe they should pause the season because of the momentum the protests had in the summer of 2020. He said he didn't believe Dr. Christine Blasey Ford coming to the defense of Brett Kavanaugh. On the Ray Rice front, he said women sometimes shouldn't provoke men. He has body-shamed athletes. He attacked black NBA players for wearing hoodies. If I were to give a synopsis here, moderate Democrat who clearly would take the money because it fits his mention of fiscal conservatism. It would make for great TV. Do not get me wrong, but we are not going for great TV. We're going for policy. And his would be in the ballpark of a capitalistic / terrible policy.